Hello and welcome to BACB Sports. Brad Fetters alongside Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey bringing you girls varsity swim and dive tonight. The diving portion of tonight's event will take place first. 4 divers doing 6 dives each. Andy and Nick, tonight should be an exciting contest. It always is whenever these two teams hook up in the pool.
It surely does. It surely will. Nick, what do you think? Who are you expecting here tonight? Anybody in particular?
I mean, really, we're caught by surprise every single year when we come here to cover these rivalry meets. And, obviously you got your big guns that everyone's got their eyes on. But there's always something that surprises, whether it be, a time or a record or whatever it may be. Or maybe it's your Andy Aubrey facts that you provide with us every year to keep us on our toes.
I got them right here. We'll be sprinkling them about throughout the telecast. So get ready to learn, folks.
So before we get into the diving portion of tonight's proceedings, we'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports. But as promised, diving up first. Birmingham Groves High School. Brad Fetters alongside Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey. Or it's Irimian up first for Groves. Back dive into the straight position. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty.
Well, that one will get our event started right there. And, maybe not the cleanest entry, but still, gets the round of applause and gets this one kicked off and underway.
4.5, 3.5, 3.5. Julia Trimble up next. Back dive into the straight position.
Oh, bold strategy here, having the Apple Watch on. That I always wondered. The Apple Watch on. Going underwater. I know they're waterproof, but would you risk it?
Why would you? I mean, those are expensive. But it shows you what we know, right?
Right. 5.0, 3.5, 3.5. Ellie Woldridge. Back drive into the straight. So first 3 dives of the night, all the same. You talk about entry, Nick. That one was much smoother.
Yep.
4.5s across the board.
Yeah, I thought that was a really clean entry. You look for the ripple and I guess you can call it the splash, for lack of a better term, upon entry, and there wasn't much there, so that was a nice, clean entry.
Izzy Morris up next from Birmingham Groves. Back dive into the tuck position, 1.5 on the degree of difficulty.
Legs kind of fell out a little bit there, but a good entry nonetheless. 4.5, 4.5. Or the judges' scores there. As we head across to round number 2.
She's got the ankle brace on. Something happened.
It's Irimian. Back one somersault into the tuck.
I wonder if that was a swimming-related injury there. Slipped off the diving board, rolled an ankle on the deck. Guess time will tell.
We can only speculate.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
See if we can endeavor to get some details for you folks before we go off the air.
We'll have to send it down to our sideline analyst.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Sideline analyst is upstairs.
That's right. We got the triple booth.
1.8 on the degree of difficulty for Julia Trimble. Back dive, 1.5 twist into the straight position. Natalie Woodridge back 1.5 somersaults into the tuck, 2.0 on the degree of difficulty.
Changed up the board bend there.
Much more deliberate at the end of the board. Ooh. Four and a half, 4.5.
Yep, she's still your leader right now, thus far. And, you know, it may have something to do with, like you mentioned, deliberate at the end of the board, taking her time, focusing, getting ready, dialing in.
Izzy Morris, back 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. 2.0 on the degree of difficulty. Scores 4.5, 4.
Moving on to round 3, from Groves, Martiza, jumping dive 101C 1.2.
Forward dive into the tuck. 1.2 on the degree of difficulty. 3.5, 3, 4.
Up next from Groves, from Seaholm.
I wonder how they determine the degree of difficulty, Brad or Andy, and I don't know if you have an answer for this, but there's some that I just may not agree with.
Well, it all depends on the number of twists and somersaults.
For sure.
And tucks.
If they're going into the straight or tuck or pike position. 5.0, 3.5, 4.5.
Next from Groves, Natalie, jumping dive 401B.
Natalie Woodridge, inward dive into the pike position, 1.5 on the degree of difficulty scale.
Good clean entry there. That's going to be a nice score. Oh,
5.5, 5.5, 6. You called
look
it.
at that. Someone get me a judge's cap.
Jumping dive 401C 1.4.
Inward dive into the tuck, 1.4 for Izzy Morris. And Woodridge, 74.45, biggest point total of the night so far.
And a good one there from Izzy Morris as well.
This is now round 4. For Groves is Martiza, jumping dive 102C 1.4.
Forward 1 somersault into the tuck. Four and a half, 3.5. Julia Trimble, the lone Seaholm diver.
Up next from Seaholm,
Forward dive, a half twist into the straight position.
1.8.
0.8 on the degree of difficulty.
Looked like hovering over the pool there, slow motion.
4.0, 3.0, 3.0.
403C 2.2.
2.2 on the degree of difficulty here. We'll see what she comes up with here.
This is one of the most difficult dives we have seen so far.
Maybe the most.
Inward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. Natalie does have a tougher dive, her last dive of the event.
Go big or go home at the
2.3
end.
on a degree of difficulty.
She's going to dial in here. Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
6.0, 6.5, 5.0.
Just building that lead.
6.5, I believe, the highest score we've seen tonight.
Indeed. Indeed.
303C 2.1.
Reverse 1.5 somersaults into the tuck position for Izzy Morris.
Another tough dive here, 2.1 on the degree of difficulty. This will close out round 4.
Ooh.
Almost, very close there.
She got some air.
4.5, 4.5, 4.
This is now round 5 for Groves, Martiza.
Round 5 of 6, kicking it off.
1.7.
Forward 1 somersault, half twist into the free. Freeze across the board.
Up next from Seaholm is Julia, dive 401C 1.4.
Julia Trimble. Inward dive into the tuck. .0, 4.5, 4.5.
Up next from Groves is Natalie, dive 104C 2.2.
Forward 2 somersaults into the tuck. .2 in the degree of difficulty. Nice form there.
Yeah, yep.
She's trying. She's definitely pushing the limit.
Yeah, she got not her best scores, but still got a 6 in there, and another impressive dive to build that lead.
Izzy Morris, forward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck.
Oh,
5.0, 6.0, 5.0.
Moving on to the final round, round 6.
Natalie Woodbridge, about a 24-point lead right now as we head in to the final round.
And we're diving into the tuck. Four and a half, 4.5, 4.5.
Next from Seaholm is Julia, dive
Julia Trimble. Back 1 somersault into the tuck. .5 on the degree of difficulty.
Next up,
Never seen that before. They ruled that one incomplete. So what did they say? She didn't get into the somersault at all, and she just kind of sprawled off there?
Correct.
I see.
1 somersault, 1.5 twist into the free. This is the toughest dive of the night.
A lot of spinning going on there. Saw the twists, saw the somersault. What will the scores see?
4.5, 3.5, 3.5. And Izzy Morris with the last dive of the night. 2.2 on the degree of difficulty. Forward 2 somersaults into the tuck.
Nice, good one to end on there. Good dive.
That was beautiful.
5.5, 6.0, 6.0.
Made it close at the end.
She got big air.
Natalie Woodridge, 171.30, highest marks of the night. That wraps up the diving portion of tonight's event. Turn things over to the swim portion shortly, but not before this brief timeout.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Birmingham Groves High School. Groves taking on the Seaholm Maples 200-yard medley relay to kick things off. One of two heats. First heat will not count towards varsity points. Instead will be an exhibition match. Mallory O'Brien leading things off for Seaholm in lane 3. Catherine Davis of Seaholm in lane 4. Claire Peters in lane 5 from Groves. Abby Noel in lane 6. And Sydney Krakoff in lane 7.
Gotta love these exhibition rounds here. Get that pool warmed up, ready to go for the varsity match. Get everyone hyped, build the energy, build the suspense, and more importantly, warm up this pool area. It gets cold in here sometimes, right, Brad?
Yeah, it's a little warm up here right now, though. We've I was thinking, you know, with warm weather outside today, we were gonna be dripping in sweat up here. It's pretty warm.
I'm dripping in sweat.
It's been warmer, but it's pretty hot up here.
Courtney Markham, Hannah Marshall, Alexandra Wright. Delatori Woodley in lane 6 and Karina Simmons in lane 7.
And you know, there's all these swimmers, and it seems like it's never going to end, but then you blink, and all of a sudden we're on the last heat, and they do sort of come fast and furious at you, don't they?
We are scheduled for 12 events, diving already over and done with, so 11 events still remain. Lily Trimbley, Olivia Dresden, Alexandra Senti, Katie Tappan, and Charlotte Chalker in the third spot for each of the teams. The anchors will be Gabrielle Suarez, Mia Lair, Clara Vegan, Maya Cower, and
Maeve Baldwin.
Maeve Baldwin, anchoring lane 7 from Seaholm. And it'll be lane 4, the team of Catherine Davis, Hannah Marshall, Olivia Dresden, and Maya Lair picking up the victory. Lane 6 coming in second, Noel, Delatori Woolley, Tappan, and Cower. So this will be the disclaimer. We'll get this out of the way early, Andy. We typically say this during swim meets.
Right.
We apologize in advance if we so happen to butcher any names tonight.
Yeah, we do our best. We're given these sheets literally moments before we take the air, and there is a lot of names here, folks. So we do the best we can. We have phonetics in our background from our school days. But, you know, everybody's name sometimes has a little bit of a twist to it in terms of abbreviation, and we surely do not want to offend anybody, and we're doing the best we can over here. So there's our disclaimer.
Yeah, always, you know, it's always interesting with swimming and diving with the lineups being finalized so close to the beginning of the meet. You don't have time to study. You don't have time to ask for pronunciations.
No,
so
you don't.
You know what they say? We wing it.
We wing it.
We wing it.
We're taking a flyer here.
So this is the points race down the 200-yard medley relay, getting things started. Delphine McLaughlin, Maggie Capso Cavathish, Maya Shelton, Avery Anderson, Marta Jimenez Pele,
Leah Isaacson, Sophia Benavides, and Emily Tronell.
Getting things started. And it's the team in lane 3 from Groves out early.
Just tag teaming it up here.
Shelton, Lockwood, Aiden Lockwood, Casey Schindler in lane 1, Emily Henderson, Aiden Lockwood, Sophia Lair, Bella Ruggarello, Maria McBride, Sylvia Duncan, and Holly Fuller in the 2 spots for each of these relay teams. Butterflying their way. And it's still the team in lane 4 from Seaholm. Avery Anderson Lair, Lindsay Lowers taking over the 3rd spot.
You'll usually see a common trend from this evening is the leading team or swimmer is usually in the middle of the pool, whether it be lane 4, 5, or 6. Just usually where they put the favorite, I would say.
Right now it is lane 4 from Seaholm. Yeah, typically lanes 4 and 5. The middle 2 lanes is where you should pay your attention to. Right now it's a 2-way battle in lanes 3 and 4. Lindsay Lures turning it over to Kelly Hassett. Alyssa Woodridge will turn it over to Mallory Gherkin in the anchor spots. And touching first, the team from Seaholm in lane number 4. Groves team in lane number 3 comes in 2nd. And it'll be Seaholm in lane number 6, the team of Isaacson, McBride, Steffens, and Gifford in 3rd. Team from Seaholm, Capso Cavathish, Henderson, Allen, Bongiorno coming in 4th.
I'm going to move that we have, the next time we do a swim meet, we have an all-silent swim meet. No yelling, no cheering, no screaming, no clapping. What do you think? Can we get by with that? He says without a headset on because he can't hear himself think. But it is loud in here, folks, and it always is loud when you got noise bouncing off of concrete walls. You would think the water would absorb some of that noise, wouldn't you?
Or it would just radiate it more.
Maybe it's more. Yeah,
you're
right.
I didn't really study sound waves as much as I probably should have.
Yeah.
In school, I was busy working on pronunciations my junior and senior year.
Right. Absolutely, yeah. And all the fun facts I'll have.
I'm on the edge of my chair, clearly, as you can see.
You are.
Wait.
You're on the edge of your chair. Well, who isn't in here? These 2 teams, these 2 schools, gets ramped up pretty high, as it always is. So no one's getting shortchanged in here tonight in the enthusiasm department.
You know, the sound may travel more through the humid air as well.
So to kind of give you a heads up on how the scoring works tonight. The relays, a little extra scoring in those. First place nets 8 points. Second place is awarded 4. 2 points to third place. So right off the bat, Seaholm picks up an 8-pointer. Groves gets 4. And Seaholm picks up 2 for their third place finish in that relay. So 10 out of the 14 points going the way of the Maples in the relay. Individual events, first place is awarded 6 points. Second place gets 4. Third place gets 3. 2 points for 4th, 1 point for 5th. And the dreaded no points for 6th.
Dreaded.
So an early lead for Seaholm. We kind of think that's the way tonight is going to play out, just based on the fact that Seaholm finished 8th at the most recent Oakland Counties event. And that is teams from all different divisions competing that all take place out of Oakland County. Groves a 22nd place finish at that event. So Seaholm perhaps just a little bit better this season. Same could be said for last year as well. This is a Seaholm team that was coming off back-to-back state championships in 19, 20, and 21. They were trying for the four-peat,
right?
Last season and finished in 3rd.
You remember a show on Disney Channel, The Adventures of Pete and Pete?
Nope.
Well, this would be that times 2. Pete, 4-peat, if they were to get it done in 2022.
Pete and Pete.
Pete and repeat.
There's a show.
Repeat. And it just takes place right here.
In this building tonight.
So Seaholm finishing 3rd last season. Groves finished in 23rd a season ago. So we're supposed to have the 200-yard freestyle event. Not quite sure what the holdup is right now.
Would you say this is one of the events, one of the sports where those who have graduated tend to come back? We see that with certain sports where you look in the crowd, you have those who have graduated long ago, but whether they're in town for one reason or another, they seem to want to gravitate towards coming back and reliving that glory a little bit.
Have you noticed that here in this sport? Is that what that?
I have noticed that.
I feel like the crowd is a little younger here than in some of the other sports. So yeah, it would be some college age folks coming back, taking it all in.
I think maybe swimming, and I don't have any scientific basis to back this up with, but it feels like there's more freshmen and sophomores on the varsity swimming squads, if you will.
Right, because it's a non-cut sport, so underclassmen do get a chance to perform.
And I mean, even when you're looking at the heat sheet here, a lot of the varsity points matches are a lot of folks who are 15 and 16 years old, which means they're sophomores and juniors in high school. So yeah, it's one where, you come back, you see your little sister swim, your cousin, your neighbor. Or and just coming back because you missed the program, see the coaches, see your old teammates.
Absolutely. Cheer on the team, right?
That's right.
And those are...
make some wake, so to speak.
Make some waves.
That's right.
Right on.
Shake things up, little white caps.
Absolutely.
Seems like we had a hazmat situation.
Oh, no.
Somebody was on the deck with gloves and...
hazmat.
Well, we haven't had that before. There's something new to put a little
throw that in your little fun fact notepad.
Along with the scoreboard not working at water polo last Saturday. We had a little problem at Seaholm, unfortunately.
Well, I can tell you, kind of going back to your discussion there about alums, the boys' season kind of overlaps, the very start of it kind of overlaps with the holidays, right? Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday. A lot of times alumni come back during those holiday breaks and will attend practices in the extreme early mornings. Back when we were doing box score, we would attend some of those early morning swim practices in the alumni, and I think they even have a big alumni event as well. So this is the first heat of the 200-yard freestyle. Ava Pruden in lane 2, Libby Knopper in lane 3, Hope Edwards in lane 4, Jillian Erickson in lane 5, Lila Heatherly in lane 6, Amira Cole, and Maria Villarreal in lane 8.
That's pretty good, Brad.
Villarreal, I'm going to say.
Is that just because you heard him say it over the loudspeaker?
No, not at all. That was my phonics.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see here.
4 Seaholm swimmers, 3 for Groves.
$200-yard freestyle. Brad, it's different for those that are more recreational swim viewers, as in the people who only watch it during the Olympic time. They see the 200-meter freestyle in the international and the more reluctant events, but in high school they do yards. Is there any method to that madness on why it's the 200-yard rather than the 200 meters? Is it just the way the pools are laid out?
Andy, do you want to fill us in?
Well, let me just tell you, this is how it works. I have no idea.
Oh, good.
I could run down there and ask some of the fancy parents that are running the show. They might have an answer to all that. Or we have our iPhones at our disposal.
No, we have. That's our stats department. Don't sell those guys short. The stats guys will be on that in the truck, working hard.
United States is yards. World is meters.
Yeah. I'm aware, but I mean, even if you look at the U.S. Meets, Michael Phelps.
You're competing on a global scale for the Olympics. You're competing against an international team.
Right, we have to modify.
I'm just saying. I mean, I knew that.
It's a longer race.
I mean, obviously,
by 7 feet.
Yeah, I've lived here my entire life. But I just didn't know, when you're competing, even in college, isn't it the meters?
Edwards comes away victors there. Hope Edwards.
Well, Nick, one of the things we push here is we tried and changed rules of a lot of these sports, soccer most notably, but let's see if we can speak with the International Swimming Commission or something. Let's see if we can get that unified in some way, some sort of a standardization.
Well, wouldn't they have to retrofit all the pools then?
Well, they'd have to do some construction on some pools. That's an issue. Or, you could go back, forth, back, and a half of the pool, or something.
Heat number 2, the points race now in the 200 free.
This is no disrespecting this sport, folks. Please do not send cards, letters, call, emails. We don't
Carrier
have
pigeon.
anything but the utmost respect for swimming.
Ireland Kopch in lane 1, Samantha Memmer in lane 2. Alex Otten in lane 3, Abby Stanley in lane 4. Ashley Gleim in lane 5, Skylar Jansen in lane 6, Brianna Kim in lane 7, and Catherine Battenberg in lane 8. They will alternate Groves and Seaholm. So Groves in lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7. So the odd lanes belonging to the Falcons. The Maples have the even lanes.
Feel the energy here in the pool deck. It is hype.
Abby Stanley with the early lead. She was a member of the 400 free relay team that came in 3rd at the most recent Oakland Counties event.
It's a quick turnaround there. Catch your breath, then jump back in and do it again. It's one little race off and get after it.
Mentioned Seaholm finishing in 8th at Oakland Counties. No surprise, Mercy came in 1st once again, followed by Milford, West Bloomfield, Stony Creek, and Bloomfield Hills.
Not many surprises there. Always the cream of the crop, so to speak.
Mercy seemingly wins at every single season.
Yeah, they say no mercy there. That's for sure.
Kind of like Marion in tennis. They've had a tremendous history in that sport.
Marion's also very good at volleyball.
And in most things, I feel like.
The first place finish for Stanley. Second place to Jansen. Line comes in 3rd. 4th place to Memmer. 5th to Otten. So the top 5 finishers. First from Seaholm, second from Seaholm, a 3rd place finish for the Falcons. So the top 2 spots for the 2nd straight points race belongs to the Maples. They're starting to flex their muscles.
Yeah, it didn't take long for them to do that. And, Groves will just try to keep it close, get a couple wins in there to stay in striking distance, but can't let this get away from you too early.
So it'll be the 200 individual medley. Just 4 contestants here in the exhibition race. And a Clifford in lane 3. These are all Seaholm swimmers. Krista O'Donnell, Maggie Capso-Cavithish, and Darwin Stutz.
We talked about that butterfly being difficult on the shoulders. The type of stress that it puts on that socket is can be a bit of a strain. I know in my vast research, I've read that it's been a notable show for the orthopedic doctors to treat.
Yeah, right now, I wouldn't be able to do that. Got a little left shoulder impingement working, from being such an athlete.
That's why you're not out
down there.
That, and you also graduated from high school 20 years ago.
All right. Whoa. No.
Maybe not.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay, 10.
Thank you.
All right.
Jeez, I'm just getting it from all angles here up here in the booth today.
Word.
Man.
Capso Cavithish running in first. Clifford in second. O'Donnell in third. Stutz currently in fourth.
You know, I always think when we have these events, we should do our crew out there in a meet. Everyone line up, swim.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't it?
We'll
That'd
try
be
that next week.
entertainment, that's for sure. We could put it on in the 10 o'clock hour on BACB Sports Network.
Well, they
Yeah.
certainly need a lifeguard on duty at all times.
Yes.
And definitely
At
many
every
waiver
corner.
forms. Possibly what are those things that zap you back to life?
Defibrillator?
See, it proves how much I know. And I'm CPR certified, folks.
Capso
Just give
Cavithish
that to anyone.
continuing to run in first. Clifford in second. About a half-length lead right now for Maggie.
It's getting close here, though. The gap is closing.
Anna Clifford gonna overtake her. All depends on the touch, and it will be
Wow.
Clifford, in fact.
You know what they say? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Same goes for the pool. It's a relay, not a quick swim.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They say that, trust me.
Whoever they are.
Somewhere they're saying that.
Points race now in the 200-yard individual medley. Let's meet tonight's contestants. Sophie Layer in lane 2, Delaney Miller in lane 3, Kelly Hassett in lane 4, Allie O'Brien in lane 5, Leah Isaacson in lane 6, Maya Shelton in lane 7, and Avery Allen in lane 8. So lane 1 vacant. This typically would be filled with a Falcon. Hassett early lead just in front of O'Brien. Miller in third, followed by Shelton. Backstroking here, Hassett. She is good. Her event, however, is the 500 free, and we'll talk about what she accomplished in that event once it comes around to that time. Let's make sure she's swimming in it. It doesn't look like she is tonight. Well, anyway, Kelly Hassett came in first place in the 500 free at the Oakland County meets. A time of 5:02.29. She also finished second in the 200 free. A time of 1:52.50.
Just wanted to let someone else have their fun at that event. You know, she's taking the cake in that one. She's already been there, done that.
So it's Kelly Hassett of Seaholm. Big lead right now for Hassett. Terrific turn.
Yeah, she's really separated herself from the field here. Almost a half a pool's length between her and second place right now.
O'Brien in second, followed by Isaacson. Yeah, you don't typically see these types of leads, as Hassett will just put it in cruise control and touches in a time of 2:08.34. So Hassett first, O'Brien in second, followed by Isaacson, Layer, and Miller.
And you know, we joke a little bit, tongue-in-cheek, about all the yelling that goes on while these heats are taking place. And on more than one occasion have interviewed swimmers that I've asked, do you hear the yelling? Do you hear your coach shouting encouragement, or even your parents? Or
No.
No.
Yep.
Nothing. absolutely none of that matters. They're in focus mode. They're swimming their hearts out, giving it the best they can, and they. So all this yelling may make the people feel good who are yelling, be it the parents or the other swimmers, but it's not doing anything for the actual swimmer that's in that particular heat.
The wrestlers have said the exact same thing.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you can hear some things, you're not hearing what they're saying. You're just hearing some
it's
noise.
just a
You're
din.
Just
It's just a constant sort of noise level.
Some people might, feast on that. It might take them to the next level to just feel the
I
energy.
certainly hope
That's
so.
all it is.
We're putting up with this for something.
Whoa.
Senti, Cavada, Coleman, Wright, and Franco. Better get those names in quick. The fastest race on water, the 50 free, and it's Cavada.
It's over, just like
with
that.
the win over Coleman.
That's how we cycle these things through. You throw a couple 50s in there, and boom, suddenly you're on to page 2 already. Not quite, but we're getting there.
So here we go, heat number 2. Riley Schenberger, Alina Valaire, Chloe El-Khatib, Lily Trimble, Nina Tisha, Mallory O'Brien, Allison Rail, and Kate French.
5 heats here of the 50-yard freestyle. Now 50 meter. I know it's confusing for a lot of you back at home. Or maybe just me.
When you play a golf course, is it laid out in meters or yards?
Well,
yards, and that's even in Europe, right?
Yeah.
No, they do meters in Europe.
They do both in Europe. Like St. Andrews says yards on their sign.
El-Khatib in first, Atisha in lane 5 second.
You remember that from when you were in the British Open, right?
Yep, the 2014 British Open.
What a glorious time for you in your golf career.
It was.
Oh, my God. Awesome.
Not many people remember that, so I appreciate that.
Very few people. It's a lot of blank stares when you bring it up, I know.
And then I woke up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maggie Lucrecio, Holly Fuller, Jillian Lustig, Catherine Davis, Claire Peters, Emily Tronell, Blakely Kuziak, and Delatore Woolley in lane 8. Peters out touching Lucrecio. Tronell comes in third, and now it's the point race. Nope, check that. Heat 4 of 5 coming up. Alyssa Woodridge, Sloan LeCarry, Sylvia Duncan, Rebecca Turner, Lexi Borovich, Maya Hauer, Clara Vegan, and McKenna Schaffner. And this one's going to be a close finish. Borovich just out touching Turner. 14 hundredths of a second separating first and second.
You know, the state record for the 50-yard freestyle, 22.1 seconds. And that was back in 2018. Ashley Turok, she actually holds the top 5 times in this event. But if the high school does not exist anymore, does the record still hold? Farmington Hills Harrison.
Wow.
How about that?
Point. That's right.
Maybe we'll break that here tonight.
Points race.
Well, then that means they're going to vacate all their high school football records with Harrington. Or was he Harrison? He was John Harrington, right? The football coach.
For Drew Stanton at the school, right? McLaughlin, Gifford, Benavides, Anderson, Gherkin, Bongiorno, Schindler, and Lair. It's going to be Anderson out-touching Gherkin.
The record holds.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that stands to reason. A lot of high schools have closed.
Gifford in 4th. Benavides.
Yeah, John
in
Harrington is
5th.
right. Yep. The stats guys in the truck just fed that one to me.
Yeah.
John Harrington, you're right. Okay.
Just edged out Al Fracassa from Brother
Oh,
Rice.
yeah. Of course, you got to throw that in there.
I had to. Although not so fantastic in football this year. We need to
Darn.
bring Al back.
So this is where the diving would typically take place because we took care of the diving prior to the start of the swimming. They still have the built-in break, so we'll take it along with them. We'll take a quick timeout here on BACB Sports, but when we come back, it'll be the 100-yard butterfly.
Oh, not going to want to miss that.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Back from the break, and it's the 100-yard butterfly. Lexi Borovich, Marta Jimenez, Casey Schindler.
This state record, 53 seconds and 35 milliseconds.
Milliseconds?
Yeah, 53.35.
Milliseconds?
Am I wrong or am I right? 53.35. The 3.5 is 35 milliseconds.
He said milliseconds, all right. Well,
It's factual. Anyways, it was set back in 2021.
I'm speechless. I can't. Sometimes I just can't think of anything to say. Okay. Well, if that's the case, we are not going to break the state record
Nope.
during this heat,
Yep, already passed that.
which is no shame whatsoever because it's pretty darn fast.
Also referred to as hundreds of seconds.
Also milliseconds.
And I think millimeter seconds is another. That's not it.
Okay.
No, that's not real.
All right.
Schindler in
guys?
first.
I might have to retire my microphone today.
Oh,
You
please
guys are-
don't. You're so much fun to have around.
Oh, yeah. And then it gets quiet.
Points race here in the 100-yard butterfly.
You guys can find your own state
Bella
record.
Ruggarello,
Oh,
Campbell
my.
Lyons, Mallory Gherkin, Abby Stanley, Ellie O'Brien, Layla Stevens, Alyssa Woodridge, and Olivia Dresden. Points race in the 100 fly.
And I'll take this opportunity to give a shout out to the parents who are working tonight. It's got to be one of the most involved parental support sports that we see, and it doesn't happen as seamlessly as it does without their involvement. And if you were in that scorer's room before this match started, it was a sea of humanity of parents out there, and they're manning all the lanes and keeping the time and doing a great job.
All right, so millisecond is a thousandth of a second. So it would be 0.001 of a second. So 0.35 would then
Isn't
be
quite, yeah, all right.
35 hundredths
Yep,
of
all
a
right.
second. Not
Okay,
quite
yep.
a millisecond.
Yeah, could have told me that one off the air.
Now, it's much more fun calling you out on the air, though. We're here to entertain as well as inform.
Just wanted to clarify before we advance to the next event, which is the 100-yard freestyle. 5 heats tonight.
Well, look at it this way, Nick. There was only one Einstein. So,
And there's only one Nick.
and then the rest of us are all under that. So,
Well, folks, I'll take this time to, swallow my pride and give you the state record of the 100-yard freestyle. And yet, we already mentioned her from Farmington Hills Harrison. She holds this one as well, 48.72.
there you go. Right.
48 and
0.72.
72 hundredths.
Very well done.
That works.
I can learn on the fly. I was a good student.
You're very trainable.
Yep. You're welcome. Thank you for giving me a good leash.
Tens, hundreds,
Thousands.
thousands.
Yep. You just got to remember where I went to high school. It was over in Macomb County, so
Don't name the school.
I won't.
You don't want to disparage them.
I'm somewhat employed by them, so I can't quite do that.
Yeah, you might want to just keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Jillian Erickson
Yeah, thanks for saving it, getting us back on track.
with the lead and the victory here tonight in heat number 1. Erickson, a member of the Groves Emerald Tide. Bada in second. Isabella Franco in third.
Man, just think. So that best time was 1:09. State record 48. Crazy. Crazy. That is crazy fast.
What are they feeding these kids?
Not sure.
Cole, Chalker, Coleman, Batanzos, Schenberger, Ackroft in lane 6, Kuziak in lane 7, and Baldwin in lane 8. Looking ahead, you know what's next, don't you? The 500
Oh,
free.
yeah. Hunker down. Get your popcorn. And don't leave your television set for at least 5 minutes.
Right now it is Coleman in lane 3 from Groves to a comfortable lead. And she will touch first. Kuziak in second, Schenberger in 3, Batanzos in lane 4 coming in 4th.
And what's crazy about that 500-yard free, it's not a relay. You're just in, it's you. You got no help. I'd be on an island out there. Do they have the 50-yard doggy paddle? I could enter for that. I don't know about all these other real swimming
Strokes. Yeah, just survive, right?
Exactly. Try to tread water, stay above. If you can't, get a snorkel. Maybe oxygen.
Stop halfway through, have a good cry, start again.
Make sure that it's at least like 3 feet or less, the depth.
Ask somebody what time they close the pool.
Right.
In lane 1 for Groves, Libby Knopper. In 2, Seaholm.
Lane 1, Libby Knopper in lane 2, Darwin Stubbs. Leal Khatib in lane 3, Courtney Markham in lane 4. Nina Antisa in lane 5, Della Tori Woolley in lane 6, Allison Rail in lane 7, and Gabrielle Suarez in lane 8. Right now, Courtney Markham, slight advantage over Chloe El Khatib. Not quite a full-length lead right now
That's still close.
for Markham. But it will, in fact, be Markham a time of 106.04. Al-Khatib 107.08. So full seconds victory there for Markham over Al-Khatib. Heat number 4.
We're getting there. We're almost to page 2. Calling the sport as an exercise in focus.
Laser focus.
Cricchio, Arcio, Benavides, Capso Cavathish, Weigand, Marshall, Lustig, and Henderson. Claire Weigand out front. Lustig in lane 7. Jillian Lustig just out-touched her on that last cycle through. Weigand out front wins. Lustig comes in second, Marshall in third, Henderson in fourth, and then there's a tie up there for fifth.
Wow. Talk about rare.
Arcio and Benavides tying for fifth.
To the 100th of a second as well. See what I did there?
Catching on.
Maybe I'll pass Matt sooner or later. The points race here.
This is the
Getting
points
after
race.
It. A lot more even here as we're a quarter of the way through. 48.72 is the state record. Don't think we're going to get there today.
Trying to make a big turn. Catch up. Boy, oh
Still
boy,
up.
this is a dominating race by Hassett.
Yeah, very quick pace. She's just pulling away right now.
Ott in second. Flowers in third. Schneider in fourth.
Battle for second. Third is on.
Hassett in a time of 52.59. Kelly Hassett first. Alexis Otten in second. Lindsay Lowers in third. Allison Schneider fourth. And Delaney Miller fifth. So the top spot, Seaholm. Second place, Groves. Third place, Seaholm. Fourth place, Seaholm. Fifth place, Groves.
All right, this is the one we've all been waiting for, folks. 500-yard freestyle. And we're not talking rap. You guys care to guess what this state record looks like? Any guesses? Ballpark?
Is it under 5 minutes?
It is. By a bit as well.
Really?
Yeah.
4.5 minutes.
Over that. Split that.
Okay.
4:44.47. That's a pretty impressive time in 500 yards of action. Grand Ledge, Lola Mull, she holds those top 3 spots back in 2017 and 2018 when she was dominating the pool in Grand Ledge. They feared her up there. You get near the Lansing area, look out for Lola, they would say. I remember those days.
Who could forget him? State record holder, right?
Nope.
They're pulling out the signs, the lap signs now at the other end of the pool.
Oh, yeah, that's how you know.
And give the girls an idea just how much more they've got to go.
Was it 20? 20 lengths? I believe. It's 20 lengths. Hunker down.
Let's meet tonight's competitors. In lane 1, Ireland Kopsch. In lane 2, Rebecca Turner. In lane 3, Bella Rugarello. Skylar Jansen will occupy lane 4. Ashley Glein in lane 5. Samantha Memmer in lane 6. Aiden Lockwood will be in lane 7. And Anna Clifford will be in lane 8. Skylar Jansen in lane 4 finished 7th in this event at Oakland Counties. So she is perhaps the swimmer to pay attention to, Skylar Jansen in lane number 4. It's got to be kind of interesting to kind of try to figure out how to pace yourself in a long distance swim.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got to save something till the end. You can't just give it everything right at the beginning. This is a long race. Pace yourself. It's a marathon. And, well, it's something I guess I'll never know.
Just like runners, there are long distance specialty swimmers as well. There's just certain swimmers that enjoy these events much more than the short sprints.
Yeah. The successful marathoners, they don't leave as much. They don't need as much left in the tank as they go along. They're able to keep that pressure up the whole time. And those are your most successful runners in these, or swimmers and runners in these long events.
A lot of discipline as well, alone with your thoughts for that long period of time. Easy to kind of just space out a little bit and not stay laser focused, so you got to stay disciplined and stay on track and keep your eye on the task at hand, staying afloat.
All right, let's talk water for a second, guys.
Oh boy.
Did you know
No.
that 1 trillion tons of water is evaporated every day by the sun? 1 trillion.
That's not.
Now, I didn't measure that, and I'm going to tell you right now, here's your disclaimer. I got that information from aquamaster.ca.
So it's
So
Canadian.
that's Canadian. I guess we can trust it or not at that point. Sorry to all of our Canadian viewers. We love Canada. Absolutely love it over there. So that's interesting. More than 90% of the world's supply of fresh water is located in Antarctica.
Well, yeah, it's tied up in the ice.
The ice is a thing up there. They got a lot of it.
They do, and it'll be untapped. Maybe that could be, in a few thousand years, that could be the next Great Lakes. With the glaciers and everything down there, that could be the next area. With global warming, you could have people living in Antarctica. I mean, the penguins are already doing it,
The penguins are doing it.
tapping up that fresh water.
Now, I'm glad you said glaciers, Nick, because I got something here on ice
Oh boy.
that it's also known as frozen water,
Okay.
and it is 9% lighter than water.
Like color or
No,
like
in weight.
intensity?
Yes, that's right, and which explains why it floats, right? I don't think Brad's buying any of this. I'm not sure, but it's true.
It is true. Wow. That is very interesting. I thought all water was the same. Well, just some was salt and some was fresh.
Well,
And realized the
Not
density
really.
and the buoyancy was all different.
Jansen in first, Gleim in second, Memmer in third. Lockwood in 4th. Turner in 5th. Rugarello in 6th. Turner's last split, 34.72.
So still pretty strong numbers here as we're about 3/4 of the way through. They're all on like, you know, between 5 and 4 lengths left. I'd be like 14 lengths left if I was even alive.
Well, you got to hope the sign holder doesn't forget the number.
That's true. You got to stay dialed
You really got to
in.
have some faith here.
Yeah.
You could
gotta
mess somebody up
trust
bad if
yeah.
they're on 17 and you put 11 down there or something.
Oh, jingle bells.
It's coming on that time of year.
So that's got to be a swimmer's best friend when you see the red square.
The red is happy face, right?
Yep,
No
yep.
doubt.
Red means it's the home stretch. Nice.
Jansen at a time of 5:24.56, 5:26.31 for the line.
That went by
comes in
pretty
third.
quick. It's a quick 5 minutes and 24 seconds. I'm serious here. That, you know, there was a lot going on. I just wonder if, you know, the swimmers feel the same. You know, I don't know if they feel like it goes by quicker or not when you're in it. Either it's dragging or it's like, wow, I was dialed in that whole time, focused, and boom, it's gone before you know it.
Memmer in 3rd, Lockwood 4th, Turner 5th. Good sign of sportsmanship as Turner and Rugarello come together, kind of slap hands, embrace. So 2 of the 3 top spots going the way of the Maples. That's kind of been the story here tonight. Seaholm has run the majority of the first place finishes. Groves keeps coming up in the runner-up spot. So event number 9, 2 heats. This will be a freestyle relay.
And you already know I got the state record on deck for you.
Let's hear
I'll
it.
tell you that very soon. Gotta keep you dialed in, wanting more.
So 2 head coaches here at our Birmingham schools. Brendan French, head coach of Birmingham Groves, and that name should sound relatively familiar to some of us. He went to Birmingham Groves, swam here at Birmingham Groves before taking his talents to Kalamazoo College, where he swam as well, returns to his alma mater. So kind of bringing it back full circle to our kind of our first half discussion, talking about students returning back to their school. Brendan French has done just that as head coach here at Birmingham Groves.
Yeah, and that's real commitment. I mean, that's not just coming back to cheer on the team here and there. That's taking the bull by the horns and wanting to steer the program in the direction that maybe he was exposed to during his time as a swimmer here and carry on the legacy.
On the opposite side, it is Carl Hodgson, the legendary. I think it's safe to say we can call him legendary, right?
Carl's a legend, absolutely.
Head coach for a while, has been with the program since 1993. Started out as an assistant coach before becoming the head coach, winning all those state championships. And it's not too often you associate swim coaches perhaps with running through walls, but I think Carl Hodgson could convince you and I, and maybe even Nick. I think maybe, certainly Nick.
What?
Oh, absolutely. The guy's, he's got a style about him, and the swimmers love him, and they have loved him for 30 years, and That's why he's still here. It's tricky sometimes to find a home and hang on to it like that. But he's gotten success. He certainly had proven results with his coaching, and he's been blessed with some good swimmers that have come through the clubs. We've talked about that over the years with the area swim clubs and country clubs, and a lot of these kids have been in a pool since they were able to walk, so they're well used to being in competitive swimming at a young age, and by the time they get to high school, they're ready to go. So that's been the case here in Birmingham for years, as well as over in Grosse Pointe. A couple communities over on the west side of the state. Been very fortunate to have that sort of a feeder system built in to the area.
Points race now in the 200-yard freestyle relay.
I think you guys have waited long enough. State record was set back in 2018 by the aforementioned Ashley Turok of that dynamic Farmington Hills Harrison team. It was 1:33.34 seconds, so 1:33.34 is your state record.
Amy Tisha, Sloan Lakari, Claire Peters, Abby Stanley, Alexis Otten, Bridget Majerno, Blakely Kuziak, and Krista O'Donnell leading things off. They'll turn it over to Chloe El-Khatib, Abby Noel, Lexi Borovich, Skylar Jansen, Mallory Gherkin, Allison Schneider, Maggie Pricio, and Katie Tappan. Up on the starting blocks, third swimmers, that's Jillian Lustig, Anna Clifford, Clara Vigan, Samantha Memmer, Brianna Kim, Mia Layer, Sylvia Duncan, and Hannah Marshall. And anchoring will be Ireland Kopsch, Rebecca Turner, Casey Schindler, Kelly Hassett, Ashley Glein, Maya Cower, Delilah Kovada, and Layla Stevens. Right now it's a team in lane 4 out to the early lead. Groves team in lane 5, about a second and a half behind. Seaholm team touches first. Stanley Jansen, Memmer, and Hassett. Groves team of Otten, Gherkin, Kim, and Gleim in second. And third place, Seaholm's team of Bongiorno, Schneider. So Bongiorno, Schneider, Layer, and Cower.
That'll take us over to event number 10. The old 100-yard backstroke. We got a pair of heats there. We got some boisterous fans.
Yeah, we got to tell them to turn it down a little bit, keep to themselves.
Can't turn the energy down here.
No, you can't.
Except during diving.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're forced to be very
That's
quiet.
like calling a golf tournament or something, right? Standing over the putt.
So backstroke, they start in the pool. Only way to backstroke is when you're in the water.
That's right.
Kenna Schaffner in lane 3, Hope Edwards in 4, Claire Peters in 5, Amanda Arcio in lane 6, and Kate French in lane 7.
State record 53.8 seconds. Except from the aforementioned Mercy back in 2017.
Farmington Hills Mercy.
Katie Minnick.
White swimming powerhouse. Edwards just in front of Schaffner. 0.8 of a second faster.
Never underestimate the value of a good turn either.
Oh, yeah? Like in NASCAR?
Truth. Yeah, no, right here. I always keep waiting for one of them to whack their heel on the side of the pool and hope that doesn't happen. It's like something I would do, I guarantee it.
The turn has to be especially important in the backstroke.
Oh, yeah.
It is Edwards ahead of Schaffner. Arcio in third. French will come in fourth. Peters in fifth. That was a good race. About a minute second and a half faster. Points race, Benavides, Battenberg, Jimenez, Pillay, Anderson, Shelton, Isaacson, McLaughlin, and Davis. Groves and Seaholm alternating between lanes 1 and 8. A reminder, a little late to make this reminder, but I'm going to make it anyway. Lane 1 at the very bottom of your monitors. Lane 8 at the very top of the screen. Probably should have clarified that a little sooner.
Well, better late than never. Now we know.
If you've missed any portion of tonight's event, you can catch us anytime online. Bloomfield Township, Birmingham area cable board, both on YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button on the YouTube channel to receive email notification of when all of our programming is available to you online. BloomfieldTWP.org, also a place to see all of our programming on demand.
You can see any of our fall broadcasts.
Fall season, just about to say that, winding down.
A couple of football telecasts upcoming. We have the water polo, boys soccer. A lot to be excited about, and oh, that's right, winter sports right around the corner. Jingle bells.
Plenty of opportunities to see your favorite winter team in action all season long right here on BACB Sports. We'll have the boys swim and dive. A couple of hockey games, boys and girls basketball, the wrestling as well. Did I leave out boys and girls hockey, or did I say?
No, you said hockey.
Yeah, I think you covered them all.
Hockey games. Last year, it was a memorable one in the rink. The power was shut off. Nothing will top that moment. Good times.
Good times.
So
Except
Anderson
for those
in first,
involved.
Isaacson in second, and Shelton in third.
So you just never know what you're going to see on our telecasts. Always top-tier entertainment. And some good MHSAA, Birmingham high school action, whether it be Seaholm or Groves.
Or when they combine forces and are unified.
Indeed.
Like the hockey teams.
The hockey teams, indeed.
100-yard breaststroke, all Seaholm race here in heat 1 of 2. Villar, Lyons, Batanzos, and Simmons.
Oh, did someone say what was the state record for this event? Oh, I can tell you. It was just over a minute. 1 minute, .48. 1:00:48. Mackenzie Soroki back in 2021. Wasn't that long ago, folks, when she and Livonia Stevenson were setting this here record. Could it be broken tonight? You may want to stick around and find out.
Lyons in first. Blair in second. Batanzos in third. Simons in fourth.
Would you say this is harder than the butterfly?
Harder in what way, though?
And, overall.
For your wind or on your body?
Both. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. I feel like this is a similar, obviously I feel like your body's got more thrust with the butterfly and you're just kind of thrashing into the water.
Yeah, the way those shoulders have to come up and out, I think that's a really hard one.
But I feel like the lung capacity of the breaststroke could be a little bit more difficult.
A win for Lions. Blair comes in second. Looks like Batanzos will touch in third. why don't we meet tonight's contestants in the points race in the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, it'll be Alessandra Senti. In lane 2, Ella Gifford. Lane 3, Sylvia Duncan. Lindsay Lowers in lane 4, Aiden Lockwood in lane 5. Lane 6 will be Sophie Lair. Alexandra Wright will be in lane 7, and occupying lane number 8 will be Holly Fuller. Points race in the 100 breaststroke. Two locked up head to head. Boy, oh boy. About dead even right now. It'll be interesting to see what this split is. And it's Lockwood just barely in front of Lowers. Lair in third, so the L's. Lockwood, Lures, and Lair. Those two in the middle, just deadlock. Huge turn there by Lures.
Might have a photo finish here, folks. Looks like lane 5 pulling away, but maybe not.
Here we go. Oh, the crowd making some noise. And it's Lures just out touching.
Wow.
Lockwood.
My, oh my.
16 hundredths of a second.
Action like that's worth the price of admission, folks.
Woo. Lures ahead of Lockwood. Gifford, Ella Gifford ended up in third. Lair in fourth. And Fuller in fifth. Wow, what a finish there. Best race of the night by far.
My, oh my. Final event coming up.
Freestyle relay time.
Couple heats here. And you know what? Let's see what we got for a state record. Oh, we got one, and yep, Farmington Hills Harrison yet again.
Surprise, surprise.
323.51. Back in 2018, that team was just built different.
So Seaholm has had 27 swimmers qualified for states already.
Oof.
Groves has 16 that have qualified. Some important dates to make note of. The OAA Red Meet will take place right here at Birmingham Groves on November 1st through the 3rd. And then the aforementioned Division II swim finals, the state championships, will take place November 17th and 18th. So the weekend before Thanksgiving, and that one will take place in Grand Rapids at Kelvin University.
Not gonna want to miss those. Circle those on the calendar. Set a reminder on your mobile calendar. Whatever you gotta do.
So the first swimmers up will be Tappan, Knopper, Tronell, Erickson, McBride, and Heatherly. Katie Tappan with the early lead. She'll turn it over to Courtney Markham. Knopper will turn it over to Delilah Cavada. Catherine Battenberg will bat second for Seaholm's team in lane 4. Chloe Elkatib in lane 5. Avery Allen up on the starting blocks in lane 6. And Melly O'Brien getting ready to hit the pool in lane 7. Big lead right now for the team from Seaholm in lane 2. Team from Seaholm in lane 4 currently in second place. The only Groves teams are in lanes 3 and 5.
It's another long one.
Gotta save one of the best for last, that's for sure. 400 yards of glory. 2 heats. Wouldn't want it any other way to end the night.
Each swimmer gets 100.
Is that how they do this?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
It's an even 25, 25, 25, 25. Math.
That's a lot of 25s.
Hashtag math. That was percent,
math.
not yards, just to clarify.
Well, that's right. That's
25% of the race per swimmer.
Well, that makes it even that way, so that makes sense.
It does, you know. I'm sure, yeah. Brain blast.
Third spot, Emily Henderson, Coleman, Marshall, Tisha, Dresden, Villarreal. The anchors, Hope Edwards, Alessandra Senti, Anna Clifford, Riley Schenberger, Campbell Lyons, and Ava Prute.
.23:51 is the time, state time, record. Just to keep it fresh on the top of your brain. I know you're all thinking about it. It's not going to be done here today. Well, at least in this this heat.
Team of Seaholm in lane number 4 coming in first. Tronell, Battenberg, Marshall, and Clifford. McBride, Allen, Dresden, and Lyons coming in second. And Tappan, Markham, Henderson, and Edwards rounding out the top 3. Final race of the night, the points race in the 400 free relay. Might as well leave it all in the pool here.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to leave it.
That's a great point. No, leave it all out there.
Or else 3 trillion water droplets are going to evaporate tomorrow. So
only 1 trillion a day.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
I don't know any of this. It's the Canadians once again. Now they do say that we use 5 times more water,
of course they do,
than the Europeans do every day.
They loved it.
So I don't know. They don't shower, I guess. That's how.
I've heard that.
I don't think they make ice cubes, right?
Well, no, they drink warm, right? That's true too. So
that is true.
I don't know. They don't water the lawns. They don't do.
They don't have lawn over there.
They don't have lawns. They don't have lawns in Europe.
Asphalt.
Everything's paved over there. Okay.
AstroTurf. Guess we're just wasteful.
Well, we're using a lot of water. We'll put it that way. More than them.
Luckily, it's a renewable resource.
It is, but you know, only 1% of the world's water is drinkable. That's it. Which kind of makes me thirsty in a way. And I shouldn't be.
Seaholm and Groves will alternate lanes. Allison Rail, Krista O'Donnell, Ashley Gleim, Abby Stanley, Alexis Otten, Samantha Memmer, Ireland Kopsch, and Bridget Majorno leading things off. The second swimmer's already up on the starting blocks. Crescio, Lair, Benavides, Jansen, Kim, Schneider, Woodridge, and Noel. So the top swimmers from each team hitting the pool here for this 400 free relay. Massive lead for the Maples in this one. We'll try to get you a final score tonight before we leave the air.
Yeah, it always takes a bit for the judges and everyone to tally, put all their heads together, all their score sheets together, and put everything up, calculate it, and give us a final score. But it looks like it's going to be Seaholm that catches the W here in the pool today.
Yeah, we're not privy to a standing total.
Nope.
No scoreboard with a running total of the score like most sports.
Yeah, they like to build the suspense.
Third swimmers from each team: McLaughlin, Lair, Jimenez, Pillay, Isaacson, Miller, Turner, Rugarello, and Gapso-Cavathis. Third swimmers pretty much all in the pool now at this point. One more team finishing up their second leg of this 400 free relay. Commanding lead right now for the team in lane 4. Stanley, Jansen, Isaacson. They will turn it over to Avery Anderson. Avery Anderson, 4th place in the 100-yard back at Oakland Counties. Should also mention Skylar Jansen came in 7th in the 500 free at Oakland Counties. The anchors: Benavides, Gifford, Lockwood, Anderson, O'Brien, Lures, Shelton, and Layla Stevens.
Sounds good. Sounds like we're in for a treat here.
Got to keep those dives shallow, right? Some of the better ones are not taking a single stroke till they get halfway out into the water.
It's all about the angle that you're entering the water. You can glide on top as long as just a few inches under the surface. Wiggle into your first stroke.
Commanding lead for Seaholm, about 7.5 seconds.
That's big.
The state record will hold, for those wondering at home.
Stanley, Abby Stanley, Skylar Jansen, Leah Isaacson, and Avery Anderson putting on a clinic right now on the 400 free. They will take it going away. 345.24. Finally touching about almost 10 seconds behind. Team from Groves of Alexis Otten, Brianna Kim, Delaney Miller, and Allie O'Brien.
Battle for the 7th and 8th spot there. 0.05 of a second difference.
Third place finish from Seaholm, Memmer, Schneider, Turner, Lures. Seaholm finished in 4th. Krista O'Donnell, Mia Lair, Sophie Lair, and Ella Gifford. That will do it tonight for our 12 events. Terrific stuff, as always, provided by both swim teams here at Birmingham Groves and the visitors from Birmingham Seaholm. We'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports. When we come back, it will be our post-meet coverage, including our final score and our final thoughts.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Birmingham Groves one final time. BACB Sports continuing coverage of this girls varsity swim and dive meet. Brad Fetters with Nick Buckler and Andy Aubrey. And guys, we have a final score, 117-66. The Seaholm Maples over the Birmingham Groves. Nick, first up, what's your final thoughts?
Groves had to try to keep it in the ballpark early so it wouldn't get out of hand. try to steal a race or two, maybe double up and get, a second and a third. Weren't able to do it early, and Seaholm just proved to be too much, flexing their muscle and letting this one kind of get away from Groves.
Andy, Seaholm has sort of been the school that's come away with the state championship, the higher place finishes. Where can you see perhaps this Maple team going in the postseason?
Well, their aspirations should be the same every year. State title, nothing less than. And that's not outrageous to expect. They've got the pedigree, they've got the coaching, and they've got the athletes, quite obviously. And, shoot for the stars. And they are certainly on pace to do that with a dominant performance here in their rivals' pool tonight.
Yeah, they've definitely built, some would argue, a dynasty here, at least in the latter half of the 2000 teens and into the 20s now as well. And, yeah, I think they can do it this year as well.
Next up, the OAA Red Meet. That'll take place on November 1st through the 3rd. And then, as I mentioned, the swim finals, the state finals, the Division II finals will take place at Kelvin University in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan on November 17th and the 18th. Once again, your final score here tonight, the Seaholm Maples 117, Groves Falcons 66 in girls varsity swim and dive. For Andy Aubrey, Nick Buckler, I'm Brad Fairs, and the rest of our hardworking BACB Sports crew saying so long for now. We'll see you next time right here on BACB Sports.